Okay, we're finally recording. I want to start off saying I did nearly give up on this because this camera right here, the good camera, it stopped fucking recording after about, no, there we go. It stopped recording after about 3-4 seconds every time I fucking tried, even tried clearing space for it. So I'm using my Polaroid one. Less quality, but it's very hard to make this look pretty anyway. I'm just kidding about it. From Catch Up 2.0, I am going to talk about music. I'm going to start off by saying I'm more specifically going to talk about one of my favourite bands, Bring Me the Horizon. I will explain that in a minute, why I'm just talking about one band. The reason I want to talk about music is because it has been a massive part of my life for the last very many years. One big part music has had on my life is it's helped me through my tough times, and that is leading back to when I said I am only talking about one band in this video, because their music did help me a lot. It isn't music that everyone would listen to. Some would consider it the devil music, fair enough. Now a lot of people mightn't like this. I say a lot of people don't like it, but there is a massive fan base for kind of the heavier stuff. I think there's a common misconception with it that, oh, it's not real music because the screaming and it's just loud and it's just noise. But if you break it down, for me anyway, it is the definition of music. I've drummed in a band for 4 or 5 years, I think. Yeah, about that. And music, even playing in a band, it's a way of showing who you are, and it's a way of expressing yourself. And drumming for me has helped me vent in a way when your head is about to explode. I hope you like my sound effects. It was a way for me, and still is, just to get it out there and relieve stress for me. Now the music itself, because I like it, and if you break it down, instrumental wise, it is the most difficult music to play, and it goes as saying, for me anyway, usually the heavier the more difficult. Now if you come to the screaming or vocally, I believe it is harder than singing. Anyone can sing, you mightn't be able to sing well, but with screaming, it takes a lot of practice to be able to do it well, and to be able to do it without actually damaging your voice. Now, back to my band, not my band, my favourite band, that I want to talk about. And it's a way of me explaining why Screamo isn't devil music. Bring Me the Horizon, they, to me, are fucking amazing. From a drummer's perspective, Matt Nicholas is the drummer, yes. When I was learning songs from bands, and learn maybe 3 or 4 and have pretty much the basics of that drummer with that band, and that has nothing to say with their sound itself, or their, I'm looking for a word, what's the word? Their level of drumming, I'm going to put it like that. It's to do with the sound of the music and not the movie. God no. Imagine a Screamo version of that. I'm not even going to try to scream that. From a drumming perspective, pretty much every single Bring Me the Horizon song has a different drum beat that you have to learn from absolute scratch. I spent a full day before learning, I'd say, the first 10 seconds of one of their songs, and now I can play it in my sleep just from playing it repetitively. Oh my god, I said a word properly. What I really want to do is get down to the lyrics. Once you can actually understand what they're screaming, it is very deep. Now, for me, you know, I can appreciate all types of music, and I do like all types of music, and I do listen to all types of music. Yeah, back then I only listened to heavier stuff because it helped me to get through a tough time, and it in the end came down to lyrics. As I said, once you can actually understand it and once you know what they're talking about, they are very meaningful lyrics. For a very long time I always blamed myself for absolutely everything. There's a song called Blessed with a Curse, one of my favourite songs by them and one of my favourite songs to drum along to. And there is a line in it that says, everything I touch turns to stone. They kind of linked up for me. So I guess, I think if I was ever blaming myself for something, I always went off and played that, and it did help because it was a way to vent. There is another line in a different song, and it says, I can't drown my demons, they know how to swim. And that's a big thing for me. I interpret that as the demons as the problems and the things that go around in your head and circle around in your head. You can't get rid of them. They will always be there. No matter how much you may try to get rid of them, and if you think you've gotten rid of them, you haven't. They are still there, stored away somewhere. To this day, they still creep up on me. I do know how to deal with them now, so it's a lot better. That line, I interpret it as, don't try to get rid of your problems, but more learn how to deal with them and live with them. Because your problems aren't who define you. You are who defines you. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. It probably doesn't. It may be difficult, and you may think, I'm never going to get past this part of my life and all this. But you can. There is people out there who will help and all this. But once again, I want this to be more about music than all that. But that's what I meant to me. It was more about it, that line means it was more dealing with my problems than trying to get rid of them or drown them. One of their main songs, and I think it was one of the first songs that I had listened by Bring Me the Horizon, was It Never Ends, and that is the exact line as well that I want to talk about, because it does link up with the previous line. It never ends. Problems never end. They're always there, more created. Once again, that doesn't make you you. It doesn't. Once you can deal with it, it doesn't control your life because you can manage it, and as it says, it never ends. Okay, I know I haven't actually talked about it that much now, but I hope that it creates more of an understanding for devil music. You don't have to listen to it. I don't care. I like listening to it. Other people like listening to it. I'm not here to try pull you to the dark side. I just want to explain what it means to me. And that's it. Glad I recorded this now. But trust me, I was really pissed off at that thing. Still am. Fuck you.